What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to be going over literally a game changer in Raid Shadow Legends from the High Elves Magic Affinity Legendary Champion Elenaril. Now when you pull someone like an Elenaril, if you guys remember the first time you pulled a seer, I don't know about that, but anyways, Xaviers and of course Elenarils, because these are the champions that allow us to open up Poison Explosion and also those quick farm teams with someone like a seer, who once again, I still don't have after 3 years. So when I finally pulled my Elenaril, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Stage 25 dungeons, here I come. So in terms of my account personally, this single champion allowed me to progress to the endgame dungeons with speed farm teams, which is amazing for tournaments, events, and fusions. I just can't knock this champion whatsoever. So what we're going to do today is take her into the dungeons. We can't do the faction wars today, unfortunately, but she is amazing there. And just discuss this champion as a whole. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright then, so before we get into this video, I just want to briefly showcase this. So this is my watch time from subscribers, and 61% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you could, I'd appreciate it. It would help me to my goal of 10,000, and yeah, I'd really appreciate it guys. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and back into the video. So Elenaril, let's pull her back up. So in terms of her, she's actually really easy to build, which is obviously you can't say that about every champion in the game, but pretty much because on her A1 ability, attacks one enemy, places a HP burn debuff for 2 turns, and this debuff cannot be resisted. What does this mean? You do not need accuracy to place this HP burn. So this is really amazing for maybe the Frost Spider, for instance, where you're getting decreased accuracy, and obviously the resistance is really high as well. So this is a really nice ability, and of course coincides with an A3 as well. Heading into this A2 ability here, attacks all enemies and places a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns, and places a second 5% poison debuff for 2 turns if this attack is critical. So you want to make sure that your Elenaril is built in 100% crit rate. Now heading into the A3, which is the money scaling ability, deals damage from all poison debuffs on all enemies instantly. Now this is just remarkable, and I believe there's only one other champion that can do it in the same kind of realm as her, right? So just heading into the Dark Elves, going into Xavier, the Force Affinity attack champion, she can also instantly detonate poison debuffs on Deadly Catalyst, and poison debuffs will only deal half of the standard damage when this skill hits bosses. So as far as I'm aware personally, it scales the same if not a bit better than an Elenaril, down because of these books where it increases by 20% of damage once you book this up. So still 2 really great champions. One's got a non-resistible burn and one increases damage with books. But of course I've only got an Elenaril to showcase today. But let's go back into Elenaril and talk about her passive. So increases ally crit rate in faction crits by 24%. So overall here, amazing kit, right? Non-resistible burn, places poisons of her own, combustibility to instantly detonate all poison debuffs, which could be spread with someone like a Dark Kale or a Flesh Terror. Put up all of those poison ticks, instantly detonate and hit much harder with combust. Now in terms of artifacts that I'm using today, we've gone for perception and 1 off-piece set. Reason being, I was going for stats over sets here. But one day if I do get attack percent on the chest plate in perception with some crit damage rolls, I'll potentially switch this out. So we've gone for speed, attack percent, and crit damage. Speed and crit rate. We've got crit damage and speed here. We've got crit rate on the gauntlets, not the best piece in the world. Attack percent on the chest plate, and speed on the boots. Heading into the banner, we've gone for accuracy with attack percent, crit damage on the amulet, and attack on the ring, or also a counter attack, which is pretty nice there. Masteries, we've gone for the offensive tree. Let me just move myself out of the way. Boom. And we're heading down to War Master. So traditionally you really want to go for War Master because this is a dungeon champion in my opinion, and you're always going to be coming up against bosses, and the quicker you could take them down, the much more efficient it's going to be. support tree, heading down to the Evil Eye and Allura Steel. And once I get the final mastery, I'll be going in to extend the poisons that she places to just deal that extra damage, right? So yeah, that's my masteries. Let me move myself back. And overall stats here, we've gone for 34,000 HP, 4,400 plus attack, 2.9k defense, 209 speed, which is on the low side for, I'd say, Fire Knight. I really do want to increase the speed of all of my Poison Explosion champions for that specific dungeon. But in the time being, I'm still doing it in a reasonable time. But my Dragon and my Ice Golem is doing really well at these speeds. And the sustainability here for me is mainly for Ice Golem, because I really need her to die at a specific moment so my Bad El'Khazar can take over the role and solo the rest, right? But obviously, you can get the HP up a bit more if you're wanting to keep her alive, right? 110% crit rate, don't know why it's so high. 200% crit damage and a good enough accuracy. Bit on the high side for dungeons, but just in case I want to use it in the Doom Tower. So that is Elenaril. Let me know what you think about this champion, and let's go into a few dungeons and showcase this kit. Let's go. Yeah, as I said, the faction wars is not open today, unfortunately. I really wish there was a way we could just spend gems to open it, or something like the potion keeps. Obviously, it could be a bit dangerous with the high-end players rinsing it out. But okay. Stage 25, and this is my Poison Explosion comp for Ice Golem. And it's a bit different for each of the dungeons, to be honest. We kind of sub in and switch up one or two champions. So as you see here, we're extending with Dark Hail and Combustibility. Instantly detonate those poisons. Really great in comparison to someone like Asir, for example, right? So we're coming through here. We're going to extend. More poisons. And Combust. Instantly detonate. Now here for Ice Golem specifically, you're going to see exactly what I mean. So we got the poison sensitivity as well from Dark Hail. I like the AI on him. Goes straight onto that boss. And now everyone's going to die apart from Kaimar. Usually. It's all good. But usually that side minion there will go for my Kaimar, but it didn't happen on this run. And pretty much he's going to just finish this up now in a reflex set. We're just coming through here. We're reducing cooldowns. And usually I see around 1 minute 10 to 1 minute 20. Depending on RNG and stuff. This could be a bit of a longer run, but it's all good. Maybe 1 minute 15. There we go. 1 minute 14. And my best time was 1 minute 8. And Elenaril here with a whopping 4.2 million damage. Of course, because she is detonating everybody else's poison debuffs. So, of course, really great here, as you can see. Now, heading into the Dragon's Lair. One kind of downside in comparison to a Zarya, for instance, is wrong affinity. Could you still make it work and have everyone else place the poisons? Yes. But I still want to make use of her skills, and I like to farm stage 24. And in this team here, I like to bring in a Venomage, because she has a very similar skill to Dark Hail, where they instantly detonate poisons. And whatever they don't detonate, Eleanor's like, don't worry, I got your back. So let's go. Dragon's Lair. Seriously, game-changing champion for my account. Like, as many people know that's been around the game for a long time, I have not had a seer for years. Literally. I've tried in every event and stuff. And to have something like this is just amazing. Now, I really do wish that one day, it's not just Poison Explosion or Seer, basically, to do these kinds of things. Because it does kind of get a bit boring in the creative side of things when you're really trying to maximize your champion's potential. And nobody really clears these dungeons as quick as these two style of comps, right? So let's just go through here. Can we get a Combust out? Go through that non-resistible HP burn. More poisons. And Combust. Gonna come through the reset. Play some more poisons. There we go. More poisons and Combust. 397,000. And now we're just gonna come through and finish up the job with the rest of our champions. I really do recommend not just using it for the Combust though. definitely try to get some accuracy and make use of those poison debuffs from her own kit as well. And boom. And there we go. 1 minute 14, but a best time of 52 seconds with this same comp. So it's really nice, right? Once again, 4.5 million damage. Now, if we just head it into the Fire Knight, which actually has a regeneration event on at the moment, if you guys are trying to gear someone up in that. And for this one here, I don't have the best time. And reason being is I really need to increase the speed of not just Elenaril, but the rest of my champions, right? That's something I could work on in the future. It's all good. But hopefully you guys can still see the value of what she could do in this dungeon. Usually I estimate around 1 minute 30 to 1 minute 50, which is okay. I'm not complaining with that at all. Obviously lots of room for improvement, but we'll get there. Extend and boom. Heading into the next one here. She's going to take this first turn here and more poison debuffs. Extend them with Dark Hail. Outstanding champion, by the way. Coming through here and combust. Sit down. Now, once you're up against the Fire Knight, this is where I really want to increase my speed because I need my Tomb Lord to open here to break the shield. But then I also need him to cycle his abilities so he can get a decreased speed up. And I kind of got myself in a cycle of him placing the other abilities. Now I know that we got skill presets, but I still need these debuffs up to combust and stuff. So the one way that I need to do that is of course relentless on my allure, or to just make sure he's cycling his abilities a bit better. But it's always 100% run anyway, it's all good. Getting his poisons up. Detonate those and hopefully he can come through with decreased speed now. There we go. And I would preferably like that to happen before, not at that point. It always happens at the kind of midpoint. Obviously it gets a bit scary sometimes. And we just need like one combust and a few Dark Chaos and we're good. Now for me personally, the kind of speed runs of 1 minute 30 is really dependent on Dark Hail. If he just procs his relentless and chunks them down, right? So there we go. 1 minute 48. It's not bad for stage 25, but I've definitely seen other people like Boomer, who's a great content creator by the way. Go and check him out. Where he does it in around 1 minute 10. So definitely go and check that one out if you want to see the crazy speeds of his style of comp. So yeah, that is the 3 dungeons, the main places you can use him. Now I don't have a team in mind for this, but if you bring in someone like a Flesh Terror to increase the durations, not just a Dark Hail, you can actually one-shot the spider. I might be able to kill 3/4 of it here. But let's just showcase how it could work if you wanted to do it. So poisons. So the idea here is you stack the poisons up, just like so. Then we're going to extend with a Dark Hail and combust. Now, if we had a Flesh Terror in here or more poisons instead of a Bad Alcazar, this would have been a one-shot, easy, for stage 20. Obviously, there's many ways to do that, Royal Guards and stuff. I just thought I'd showcase the poison explosion in the spider, right? You can kind of follow this same kind of theme into many of the dungeons, to be honest. Arcane Keep, the Magic Keep, and you're still going to be able to one-shot those enemy waves with the same presets. Now, once we're on that topic, let's just talk about the presets. So, if we just head into here. Now, the presets for this one is pretty much just opening with the skills that you want to use. Just like so. The extend ones, of course. And Elenaril to first priority on all 3 of them. Potentially this one, but obviously I'm making her die on Ice Golem. And with Kaimor, we're blocking this off and resetting on wave 2. Now, potentially you could make this work with a Renegade. It's going to be a very similar style of comp, but you're just going to make sure that your other champions are a lot faster to cycle their abilities because it's not a full cooldown, just like the Seal of Magic, right? It kind of only does it by 2 turns, I believe. Let's just quickly check it out before people in the comments destroy me. So, Night Revenant in the res. Where is she? She's not an epic. So, in Sacrificial Ritual, by 2 turns, there we go. So you need to make sure that your abilities are cycling a lot faster to be able to make full use of this skill. Back into the presets. Not in here. We need to go into the dungeons. And let's just go into the Dragon's Lair. Very similar thing. But the main thing that you want on the Dragon's Lair is a bit different, because on our Venomage and our Dark Kayle on round 3, we want to be literally blocking this off and just chunking them down with the A1 and A3. Very similar here. Placing those poisons and detonating with the A1 ability. And Elenaril, we're just wanting that first priority on the combust. And opening on the A2 with Smolder to combust on the next cycle. Fire Knight. Let's just quickly talk about it and then we'll wrap up the video. Stage 25. Once again, this team is effective. The same champions are used, but you need to increase the speeds of your champions to get those crazy times that you may be after. But if you're just like me, you're using them in all dungeons and you've got your setups okay, and you don't mind 1 minute 30, it's completely fine, right? So on this one here, we're just blocking this off with Dark Kayle. Opening with this one to chunk down the shield, and Kymar resets when we can. I guess if you stay to this point, you probably want to see how I've geared my other champions. So Badel Khazar. He is in a reflex going at around 229 speed, mainly for Ice Golem, and he's got high resistance to be able to resist the drop defense on the Ice Golem, right? And the heal reduction as well. Let's just head into recently used. Dark Kayle is in a relentless set to chunk down that poisons on the A1 ability. And he's running at a 216 speed. This definitely needs to go up to around 250 or so, maybe 240 plus. These guys, hardly any gear. Pretty much they're just there to place poisons with speed and accuracy. Prince Kymar, I don't know why he's not wearing a ring. Maybe I was just doing another guide or something. And he's going at 306 speed. Obviously, this is my arena Kymar, and I don't want to strip him from what I'm doing over there. Tomb Lord, he's running in perception and stuff, and he's going pretty fast at 228. Allure is going up really fast at 274 speed, 100% crit rate. And Venomage at 221 speed. So yeah, that is going to be all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know which other champions you want me to showcase, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.